The Commodore 64 conversion of Nightshade was coded by Shahid Ahmad and published by Firebird in 1986. It is a reasonable, if slower, version of the original game from Ultimate. In fact, the C64 version is achingly slow, although it is still playable. But, understandably, I had to speed this up in places, otherwise it'd be painful to watch. Originally developed by the Stamper brothers and utilising the Filmation programming technique used in Nightlaw and Alien 8, the game is set in a hidden valley untouched by time, where darkness has descended upon the land and banished light and freedom. The remaining villagers have been afflicted by a terrible disease, transforming them into foul creatures. You take on the role of a brave adventurer who must venture into the valley to defeat the evil overlord and lift the darkness. The objective of the game is to locate and destroy 4 specific demons. Each demon is vulnerable to a particular object which must be collected beforehand: a hammer, a Bible, a crucifix and an hourglass. These need to be used correctly on 4 evil enemies: a monk, a skeleton, a ghost and the Grim Reaper. Then Nightshade will be free of its demons. To prevent you saving the village, there are nasties such as flames, toads, gremlins and a bubbling liquid mass. To fight these enemies, weapons can be found in the village, such as sticks to kill them. Some enemies split into 2 when being hit, or become a liquid mass. These also need to be killed. The typical medieval village is complete with ancient-looking houses, streets, barns, churches and the like. As you walk down the streets, you can see the fascias of the building in detail, with walls, gables and windows. If you like the look of a building, then you can enter it through its door. When you do so, the front of the building will disappear, showing what is behind. Useful, as it lets you see what you're doing. Most of the buildings are connected, so you can travel from one to the other by moving through the series of doors and rooms inside. Many of the buildings also have back doors, allowing you to go through to the street behind. Throughout the village there are loads of marauding thingies which rush after you and try to take one of your 5 lives. When you start with a new life, you begin in solid white. When hit again, you turn yellow, then green. The next touch after that turns you into a puff of smoke and you disappear. Thankfully, you're not defenceless and can throw things at the nasties to protect yourself. These antibodies, varying from sticks to what looks like the end of a mace, can be picked up from the rooms of just about any building. Running over them will automatically put them into a tube at the side of the screen. The tube only holds a limited number of objects, so it has to be replenished very regularly to increase your chances of survival. There are extra lives which can be picked up, and there are also boots which, when collected, allow you to run at high speeds for a short while. Or at least, high speed on the Commodore 64 version. If the game was this speed without the boots, it would have been a whole better experience to play. When you throw an antibody at an enemy, it doesn't always kill it straight off. Some of the bigger ones need to be shot several times. The gremlin, for example, splits into 2 smaller creatures which again have to be shot. The smaller creatures then turn into a bubbling mess, which still gives chase until shot for the final time. Thankfully, you don't have to go through this rigmarole every time you shoot something. Most things like the flames, the smaller sliding things and the toad-like creatures die immediately after being shot once. If you kill all 4 demons, then the village will be freed from evil, and everybody will live happily ever after. Huzzah! Nightshade is another technically brilliant game ported over to the C64 by Shahid Ahmad. It was just a shame about the speed. Whilst the graphics might be great, the Commodore 64 version seems a lot duller than the original specky game. This is due to the slow speed, and consequently, I think the game definitely suffered. It wouldn't have been so bad if there was enough depth to maintain interest, but there just isn't that much really. All you basically need to do is collect the 4 items and fire them at the respective demons. Fine for arcade people, because all you have to do is survive. There's nothing for the adventure lovers to mull over. Nevertheless, it's still fun to play, and is difficult, especially as it's so easy to find yourself going round in circles. In fact, here's a nice little map of the game to show you just how large it actually is. As they say, an antibody a day keeps the ghoulies at bay. Thanks for watching, guys. Do you remember Nightshade for the Commodore 64? Hit the like button if you enjoyed the video and let me know in the comment section. Also, if you're enjoying the nostalgia, then do be sure to stick around for more classic Commodore memories, with another game coming up next. Hopefully, I'll see you there. Until then, bye for now. Just want to take a moment to thank the following patrons. It's massively appreciated that you're supporting the channel, covering the games we love. Stay retro.